Hey guys, today's video was going to be about departing your Urban Decay shadows. What I actually did was departed my my Book of Shadows volume 2, and it was like a complete fail because I thought I was recording, like me physically doing it, but I wasn't. And I can't come back and undo it because it's already been departed. So I thought about it and decided I would just explain to you guys how to do it because it is really that simple. It's extremely simple. The only thing you need is like a knife or a butter knife, something with a very thin but strong shape, I guess. I used a really old steak knife. You guys can use like a butter knife or whatever. And labels. You can get like stickers. You don't even really have to get sticky ones. You can just cut up paper if you want. And what else? You need a palette to put them in. And you need your Book of Shadows. And that's it, really. So as you open your Book of Shadows, you're going to see, if you look really closely to the pot, the square pan that's in your palette, there is very little space, around. Like, you'll see a square and then like a very little space around it, either like on one side, depending on how they placed it in there. All you do is you wedge your butter knife or whatever you're using that's really thin but strong. You wedge it in there very carefully and keep wedging it in there very carefully, and it comes up, and that's it. Honestly, it's glued in there. And since it is glued in there and you're not using any alcohol or anything that's going to dissolve the glue, you'll still have glue on the back of your pan. So what I did is I cut sheets of paper to the shape of the square, wrote the name of the color on it, slapped it on the back of the pan since it already had glue, and I was good to go. And did you notice I didn't mention anything about magnets? The reason being is because the beautiful people over at Urban Decay decided that they wanted to put their shadows in magnetic pans. So you need no magnets. All you have to do is pop it into your palette and it stays, and it's pretty strong too. So it's really that simple, you guys. I'm sorry that I couldn't show you. I did film it, or I thought I did, but it didn't. Apparently there was something wrong. But I do have a clip of the end, and I'm going to put that in here. It's really not hard. I didn't ruin not one shadow doing this. And I've only done this with the Book of Shadows Volume 2. I do have the ammo palette as well. I haven't done that. I haven't departed it yet, and I'm not sure if I'm going to, since the palette is already pretty small. I might. I'm not sure. But it's that simple. If you are pressed for space, I guarantee that you're going to be amazed at how much space you save by doing this. And the palette I use is from TKB Trading. It looks just like the Z palette. It is the smaller version, and it's all black. That's all they have at the moment. And they had them on sale for like $4.50, and I love them. I got 3. I wish they had the bigger version too, but they don't at the moment. And it's tkbtrading.com, and I'm going to insert the last part of the fail tutorial video right now. So here is what it looks like after you're taking them all out. As you can see here, I kind of got the paper. That's the glue. All you need is a little of it on the back to really adhere to your paper, and you should be fine. But here is my new Book of Shadows Volume 2. It fits in there perfectly, almost a little too perfect. I don't know if you can tell, but my perversion is kind of sitting up, tilted. But this palette not only has the bottom magnetized, but all of this around is also magnetized, so it's not going anywhere. Trust me, it's not moving. And there you go. If the normal person who doesn't like do tutorials or anything on YouTube like I do, doesn't really have to take these out too often unless you want to mix and match, so that wouldn't be too inconvenient that they're kind of tight in there. But For me, I just have that perversion a little loose enough where I can get it out with my fingers and I can show you guys the colors, what the names are. I mean, so, yep. That's the Book of Shadows, Volume 2, Vegas Diamond Edition. Alright, guys. So there you go. And there's a size comparison. You really save so much space by doing this. It's like, it's crazy. And then from the side,